Welcome back to the Soccer Ladder with Lee and me. Today we're joined by the brothers of Game Awareness Training. Welcome. We're so excited to have you guys.
Well, thanks for having us. Thank you.
So, this is my first time officially meeting you guys, although you've been a part of our lives for a couple of years. Liam actually trained with you guys a couple of years ago
Mm-hmm.
here in, was it in New Jersey?
Yeah, I think it was in Newark. Newark.
Yeah, so this is exciting. What I remember most from that training was the end when you guys did when all the kids did all the
Oh, the
goal,
celebrations. Yes, I remember that.
the end goal celebrations. That was so much fun. And you did the one where you're like grabbing your leg like
Yes, yes,
like
yes,
John
yes,
Tolkien.
yes.
Liam had the best one, yeah.
That was so much fun. So, Lee, go ahead and start with the first question.
Can you share your soccer backgrounds and what inspired you to create game awareness training?
Yeah. Before I actually start on that one, I just wanted to say I've been following you guys and watching the podcast. I think you guys do a great job. And yeah, actually, I was showing one of the episodes to one of our teams, and I was showing them this is the kid that we work with, and look what he's doing. So it's yeah, keep it up.
Oh, I love that. That is so nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
But yeah, like at this stage, I was afraid to talk like on camera or like even online. So yeah, like keep it up. That's you're doing a good job.
When I was 12 years old, there's no way I could have done this. I can barely do it now at my age.
But yeah, just to answer your first question, we grew up playing competitive soccer at a young age. We started playing with youth academies in Toronto, in the Toronto area. Um, but then we also played in college for a few years. Um, I think for us, we started coaching early at a young age. Um, we were maybe 18, 19, 18, 20. Yeah, maybe earlier we started volunteering. Um, I think not only the love of the game was that helped us grow our program, but also I think the love for coaching that helped grew our program. Um, but yeah, so how we created game awareness, I guess my brother can explain, and it's actually a cool story. Yeah. Yeah, so this was in 2017, we went to Holland, Netherlands. We went for like a trip. It was also like a coaching trip. So we just visited these academies around Holland, Ajax, Feyenoord. But basically what we noticed was there's a huge difference from like Canada to Holland, where the training there is not only like technique, passing, but work on a lot of like awareness. They had these cool gadgets to use. The players were like constantly checking the shoulders, working awareness, and then we're like, oh, we need to bring this to Canada. So back in 2017, when we brought the program, it was something new for many players here, and they're like, wow, this is new. Like, why are we looking behind us? How does that help us in the game? So when we brought the training here, I think it was something different, and then it caught everyone's attention, and players kind of tried it out. It was like one-on-one training first, and then everyone was like, "This is fun. It's different. It's not just like passing with a partner. This is actually game realistic," and that's how we grew it. And then we went from one-on-one training into small group session, and now into team training. That we try to use the same idea. Obviously, it's small. Like one-on-one is different, but like team training is the same idea. But yeah, I just started with an idea that we want to grow soccer in Canada and basically improve how it was. And I think since when we started, it's a big improvement, especially for young kids here. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's so important. I feel like, Lee, at the age that you're at, you're told about scanning and
Yeah.
how important that is.
Mhm.
I was gonna add, like, I remember watching one of your videos of you like scanning, and I commented on Instagram. I said, "Good work," and like, I think not only part of awareness training is not only like training it, but like talking about it and making a habit. So like, the more you talk about it, the more videos you see, like even watching professionals like on YouTube scanning, and then obviously thinking about it in the games, like that makes you like scan more in the games as well. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I know you guys are doing a lot besides your game awareness training, which is obviously so important. But can you tell us what else you guys are doing? I think you have showcase teams and you started your own league.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I can talk about the showcase teams. Basically, we pick the top players from different age groups, and we provide them for extra opportunities. So we've been to Spain, Portugal. Uh, Hopefully, we'll go to Italy for a tournament this next year. And basically, the strokes teams are just for extra opportunities aside from their club teams. So they go with the club team. We kind of call it like the Canadian national team. So if there's a U.S. national team, but for younger kids. So like they train with their club teams, then they come to us for like tournaments that we will face international teams. So our youngest team, which was our 2016 team, went to Spain a month ago, and we played like AC Milan was there and a lot of like top academies. Yeah,
Oh yeah, that's so exciting. Wow.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Like for us, it's cool because we get to represent like our country, which is Canada, obviously, and just to show the world like Canadian soccer is how much Canadian soccer is improving as well, right? Because in the past, when people were talking about Canada, like who's Canada? They can't even play. I think in the last few years, like especially with the World Cup, it changed, and players making it professionally, like Alfonso Davis, that made it professionally in Bayern. There's another player named Tejan Buchanan, which was he was with Inter, um, and we actually trained with him. We actually trained him before he went to Inter. And but yeah, like our showcase teams are just to showcase the players from Canada to the rest of the world and give them opportunity, but also show them what like the Europe style of soccer is, because it's completely different compared to Canada and like the way they run their academies and just how hard they work. In Canada, I think we work on a lot on technique and but there's a lot missing on terms of like work ethic. Um, so when you go to Europe, like you see, like they work hard. If someone gets past you, like in a dribbling 1v1 situation, they'll tackle you. And in Canada, like they don't really do that as much. So like when players went to Spain, they're like, oh, these guys work hard. Like it's not only about the technical part of the game, but it's also like the work ethic and the biggest part is the awareness part of the game. And I think our teams could compete well because of the way we train with the kids, and especially the awareness part of the game. Um, if we don't train that part, you go to Europe, the game is so fast and quick. You get the ball, like you lose the ball in a second if you don't train that part of the game. Liam, have you been to Europe? I think I saw something you've been. Yeah, how was that experience?
It's really good actually. We beat Sporting while we were over there, so
Oh, you did. Nice. This was last year or
I think it was
Last
last
summer.
summer. Last summer, yeah.
last summer? Nice, nice. So this was like your like the Red Bulls, or was just like a select team?
Yeah, it was more of a select team, but there was Red Bull players on that select team.
Yeah, you guys know probably most of the kids that went, Pedro and Jaden.
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a team that they help organize and
Yeah.
coordinate. Yeah, it's pretty much the Red Bull kids when they have the off time, they all go over to this other team, and it was an amazing opportunity. How
hmm
long were you there, Lee? Like
2 weeks. We
two,
did CR7 Cup.
That's a good term. I heard of it. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. You guys they did really well at both tournaments.
Yeah.
I'm drawing a blank on the other one too.
Oh,
But
Iber Cup?
Oh, Ivory Cup. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, Iber Cup.
Ivory Cup is a big one, actually. Yeah, we went there before as well. Yeah.
We got third in that
oh, you
tournament.
guys
I
went to
remember that.
that too?
That was actually the first tournament that we went to with our 2012 team, and yeah, the Benfica was there, Sporting, like you said. Yeah, a lot of good teams there. Yeah.
So I was going to ask you guys, how do you select the kids for your showcase teams?
I was gonna add to that as well. Like my brother was gonna talk about like our league. So basically, we run our league here. It's called the Super League. So the reason we call it Super League is a lot of these teams either they make up their own teams of like the most competitive players together, or it can be an academy that's really strong. Then they enter our league, and throughout the league, we look at the players and we select the players just for extra opportunities. Um, but also through a small group awareness sessions, and also I think our Instagram page is really big, so a lot of people follow us, and we have a lot of connections with like top players through there. But I don't know if you guys know, but soccer in Canada is like they don't keep scores from U12 and under.
I did not know
I
that.
didn't know that.
Every game is marked as 0-0, so it's really bad. Yeah, so like what we did was bring scores, like we brought medals, trophies, and for kids to compete. And a lot of like players and parents will love that. So like our La Liga is growing because we have scores for U12. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
so cool. Gosh, you learn something new every day. I had no
Yeah,
idea.
same.
Why is that? Why don't they keep score?
They don't really say exactly, but they're saying like they want to focus more on the development part, like at the young age. I kind of agree with that, but to develop as a player, like you need competitiveness, and like I think taking scores away from it like takes out the competitiveness. And at the end of the day, like the kids know what the score is. Even if they lose or win and the scores don't count, they know what the score was at the end of the game. But yeah, and it's we try to bring that change, I guess, and I don't know what's gonna happen in the future, but we do what we can here.
You guys are really helping
Yeah.
the sport in Canada. I love that. You're like
Mhm.
movers and shakers. We're going to link for sure. We're going to link your Instagram. We'll link your website so people can, find you guys and follow your journeys because you do. You have an awesome Instagram. I followed you guys for years. Love you. Um, yeah, so we'll definitely link everything. So,
I was gonna also add was like we also do tournaments in the US. So we've done a couple in New Jersey, Florida, doing one in Vegas. So we've done in Miami. There's one coming up, the Inter Miami tournament that's coming up. So yeah, and like in the future, we were thinking of doing a North American team, so half Canadians, half from the US, and then yeah, and then that'd be cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
oh my gosh. Well, we'll be like following along and excited to hear what develops.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, we might bring a flag that's Canadian and American mixed. I don't know how it's gonna work, but we'll try to support both sides. Yeah.
It'd be good to like try and see what happens.
Will you guys be coming to NJ or New York for more sessions and camps?
Yeah, for sure. Like we're actually planning some stuff, possibly this summer. Like we want to do some sessions. I'm not sure if you heard of the like a 1v1 tournament, but basically this is getting huge, especially in England. So like players register individually, and we do like a setup of 1v1. There's so many rules with the 1v1, which is makes it really fun. Like you get a point as defender, an attacker, how many goals you get, and you have like 5 seconds to score, whatever the rule is. But yeah, we're trying to do a 1v1 tournament in New Jersey, New York, some sessions, and obviously like our gamer session. And many players reached out from New York and New Jersey and asked if we can do a camp. So we might do like an ID camp, a small ID camp for 2 or 3 days. But yeah, hopefully this summer.
How did you guys get such a strong connection with New Jersey and New York?
Liam, our ambassador, Ambassador Liam. But yeah, I think it just started with our showcase teams doing the tournaments. So we've done the EDP tournament in New Jersey. So and I think our teams did really well, and like we got some connections through that. And then but also a big part was Michael Bradley. I'm sure you guys know who Michael Bradley is. Yeah, so he used to play for Red Bulls. Actually, I think his son is in Red Bulls right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Liam plays with his son every once in a
Oh,
while.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, Luca. Yeah, shout out to Luca. I'll be sending this to Luca. But yeah, like the connection went through him, and just when we did our, I guess our awareness training with Liam and his group at that time, we posted on YouTube, we posted on Instagram, and after that, like a lot of players messaged us saying, "You guys work with Red Bulls. What do you guys do? Who are you guys?" I'm like, "No, we don't live here," because they thought we lived there. They're like, "Can we do training with you guys?" And we told them we're from Canada. We'll be coming around, and but I don't know what it is. Like the New Jersey and New York area, there's a lot of players like that message us through our page, and there's a lot of following from that area. I think, yeah.
And there's a lot of strong talent in New Jersey and New York, so that's amazing for you guys. What are the biggest mindset shifts young players need to make to truly improve their awareness?
I guess for me, it's just understanding that soccer IQ and like awareness can be trained, um, and it's not something that you're born with. Because a lot of players that watch, like young players watch professionals play, how like they scan, they know the next move, they don't lose the ball. Their soccer IQ is really well. For me, like understanding that you can actually improve it. So that's why we ended up providing our training, which is training the awareness part of the game. Um, And I guess the second part is just embracing that mistakes are part of the game, especially part of the awareness part of the game. Especially when you're training awareness and like trying to improve your awareness part of the game, like scanning. There's gonna be a lot of mistakes. When you scan, you might lose the ball, you might do a bad touch, you might make the wrong decision. But just learning to embrace the mistakes and continue working on it. Yeah, I think that was good.
So Liam, I don't know where he was playing when, what position he was with when he was training with you guys, but you've been playing the center back and the
6.
six. He's been playing the six quite a bit with Red Bull Academy. And I feel like that position especially there he has to be constantly.
Scanning, checking his shoulder. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing that you hear quite a bit.
Hmm.
For us, I think it's every position needs like good awareness. Like even as goalies, so some people ask me like, does goalies need good awareness? So for them, it's more about reaction and also like keeping their head up. So if someone passes back to them, they know their next move. But also communicating with their teammates, like so they know what's happening around them. But every position needs good awareness, and we train each position differently. So, 'cause we've done like we do a lot of one-on-one sessions or small group training, but based on position. So like only center mids or like only wingers. But I think yeah, for me, everyone needs good awareness and like good IQ of the game, every position. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that you do it by position as well.
What advice would you give to young players who want to climb the soccer ladder?
I'll go with one advice. I guess like just thinking that the game is long, like it's not short term, so just being patient, and like having a good mindset with like work ethic and like sometimes you have up and downs. Sometimes you can have a big. So I've seen players like they being the best player, and the next year they had a bad injury and they went down, and then they were patient. The year after the top player. So things that happen in like in the sport, but also in life. So just being patient and thinking that it's not short term but long term, and you're here to develop as a player. Yeah, and for me, I was going to add, obviously, because of what we do is like technical skills are important, but having good awareness and like IQ of the game makes you a better player, or not a better player, I guess, but well, it does, but also separates you from a good player and a great player, as what I mean to say. Because I've seen a lot of players like have good technical skills, they're athletic, but if you don't have good awareness and IQ of the game, like you won't go far as a player. And for parents, I wanted to add.
Yes, yes. I was just going to say what the advice for parents.
Exactly, because both are here, so I wanted to, yeah. Well, for me, is I guess is just letting the kids take ownership of their journey, and just encouraging them through the journey and supporting them, but letting the kids take responsibility. I think that's the biggest advice for parents. A lot of parents kind of take control of the kids' lives, not lives, but also soccer part of the game. But we want the kids to take ownership, and if they want to go far as a player, it's they have to do it themselves, and not the parents like forcing them. I think that's the biggest part for parents. Yeah, and being positive, no matter what.
Love that advice. I mean, we have to stay positive with everything in life.
Hmm.
And also, there are so many parents on the sidelines that are coaching their child, as the game is happening.
Yeah.
So, the child is like confused on what to do from what the coach is telling them and what the parents are yelling at them. Yeah, we hear that quite a bit.
And yeah, I think even especially in the awareness part of the game, like if someone's yelling at you the whole time and you won't be like scanning, you forget to scan, if you forget to check your shoulders, you forget to know your next move because you're focusing more on what the parents are yelling. So it's hard to do both. It's hard to scan and like focus on what the players say or the parents are saying. So I agree with that.
I love that advice.
Yeah.
I have one question for Liam.
Oh, I love this. Yay. Our guest right before had a question too.
Well, I guess my question is like, what your plan, goal is to be like in the future, and like obviously, can be part of soccer, not part of soccer, but what's your end goal as a player or like just life in general?
One of my goals is at least just make it to the national team. It's like that's just what I want to do.
Is there any club you want to play for? Like any academy or club you want to play for?
Oh, I want to continue with Red Bull for sure. I want to make it all the way up to pro, and then I want to get to the national team. After I do that, I want to go to Real Betis.
Oh, nice. You like that team?
Yeah.
There was actually a tournament in that area. I know one of the teams went to watch them, and like they hang out with the team, with the coaches. It was actually a cool experience. Yeah. So one last question for Liam is, who's Pasha and who's CJ?
Wait, what did you ask?
Which one is which?
So they call us Coach S and F. So who's Coach S and who's Coach F?
Do you remember?
You can guess.
Let's see.
Good luck remembering. Yeah, 50%.
All right. Coach S is on the left. Coach F is on the right.
Which right?
Okay.
I think he said it right.
So what color?
The one in the black is Coach F. And then, am I right?
Yes, good job. You got it. You passed the test.
Yes.
It's been so awesome to have you guys on. Like, we're so lucky to have you guys. Both Canada and US are growing the sport of soccer.
Yeah.
So it's so important what you guys are doing and what you're creating. So thank you so much for coming on to share with us, and for everyone that's listening. Now they can come and find you and come do like one of your tournaments or one of your training sessions, because it's really awesome and so beneficial.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, your scanning definitely improved
Yeah.
after you worked with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, and the whole point of our training was just, like I said, to bring awareness to the game, game awareness. But like I said, it's all about talking about it, and like stuff like this will encourage kids to work on it and like continue thinking about it. But also not only kids, but coaches. And I hope coaches like see this and say, "Oh, we need to work on it more. We need to talk about it more." But yeah. Before we end this as well, is I think last week with this session we didn't have the ball launcher, but I don't know if we did, but we used the ball launcher, which is pretty cool as well. So next time we come, you can try it out. But it's insane. Like, it has backspin, forward spin.
Wait, what is it?
It's like a ball launcher. So like we have a machine, the ball launches through it, and it has like up to 80 miles per hour with speed. So it's pretty cool, yeah. That we do challenges with. But last time we brought it all the way to New Jersey, but it didn't work because one of the parts broke. We're like, damn. Yeah. So next time we'll definitely try it.
Is this a big part of training nowadays, the ball launcher?
First touch.
Oh, okay.
First touch, yeah. So we do awareness and then for your first touch, but like also like yeah, if you first touch with like pressure on it, because the ball comes different ways. It goes hard on the ground, it goes backspin, and it's just not easy to take a touch with a backspin and forward spin as well. Yeah.
I was going to ask you guys real quick before we jump off. Have you guys ever used the
goggles?
the goggles or the sunglasses where it blocks the vision?
Yeah, so we brought those like at the training as well. I think Liam used it.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, we did different challenges and skills. But Liam was laughing the whole time using it.
Yeah, I remember that.
Were you laughing because it was hard? And
Yes. Like,
So it goes from level 1 like to all the way to 8, and like it either stops for a second and you can see, or it flashes. It can also like completely block off one eye. So one eye works and the other eye doesn't work. So it's pretty cool. It works on anticipation, reaction. But we were always involved like the soccer ball with it. So every drill we did was like passing the ball or throwing a tennis ball that you have to react to it. But everything's involved with the ball. Yeah, it was fun.
wow, I can barely walk, let alone wear these glasses and kick a ball.
Next time we'll get the parents to try. All the parents have to try.
Well, we hope you guys have a great one. We look forward to seeing you again in the near future. Hopefully we have that opportunity.
yeah.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll post it on our page when we're back in New Jersey, and hopefully we can work with Liam as well. And if you guys can share with the rest of the boys. I was hoping to do again another session with just the Red Bulls players. So with all the challenges and the celebrations again, and see if they improve on it.
Yeah, oh yeah, we'll see how they changed.
But we're hoping also to post our new YouTube channel that we're creating once we come to New Jersey, because we're doing a lot of challenges and the 1v1s. We're trying to create a new YouTube channel, and hopefully we make that big as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, you guys have a good one, and we'll talk to you soon.
Bye.
It was so good seeing you.
Okay, take care.
Bye.